How has this webinar training helped you, Rajiv?
It's doing good. I've learned hell of a lot, no doubt about it. It's just that on and off, I've not been able. For example, 2 weeks ago, I was not able to log in. I logged in, and then since I was traveling long distance, I got disconnected a few times, so I did not come back on. But yes, it's been an eye opener. I have taken a year full of information.
Cool. All right. Okay. So I think it's time. We'll just jump in. Hi, Kapil. How are you? Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Those
hi, hi.
those who have joined, thank you so much for joining in. This is the last webinar that we are doing this year. And this webinar is all about goal setting. How should we set the goals? What should we do? So last webinar was more about building an identity. What is the identity we should have? Today, we are talking mostly about how to make 2 million plus in Dubai real estate market in 2026 and what should we do? How should we plan it? What should be the systems around it? And this is what we are going to be discussing today. Okay. So what we will cover today is why most Dubai realtors fail, what a 2 million dirham game actually looks like, the identity shift that is required before the income grows, and the real formula behind consistent closing. And then we'll have a small quiz like we do it all the time in terms of understanding what did we understand from this webinar training. And we will take questions post that. If there are any questions with respect to this training or any other training or one of the free courses that you have done with me, if there is anything around that, I'll be open to take questions there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to jump in. Before that, I'll give you a quick background about myself. My name is Aanant Bisht. I personally came to Dubai in 2018 and came in as a realtor. And initially, after visiting several developers, I chose to sell Emaar properties. I became a specialist in selling Emaar, and over a period of 14 months, I sold over 96 million worth of real estate for Emaar and 2-3 more developers and made over 2.4 million dirhams in commission. Okay, so I know what steps to take, what identity to have for you to be able to achieve these results, and why realtors fail today in spite of setting big goals. Okay, so goal setting is not the reason why we become rich as a realtor, and that is what we will be covering today. And how should we set the goals today? So who is this webinar for? This webinar is for realtors who want to make over a 2 million dirhams in commission. They don't want a survival income. They want to thrive here. They are willing to be consistent and not emotional, and they want reality, not motivation. Okay, so if that's you, then this session will feel comfortable for you. If that's not you, then it'll feel a little uncomfortable. Okay, because this is what we are going to be touching base today. So what we are doing here is we want to understand that how do we make the commission. Okay, before we make the goals here, I want to put a picture here in front of you guys. Okay, there are two ways how we can approach 2026. One way is a way where we are going in the business of selling real estate just for survival, where we say we are playing for not to win, but playing to survive. The other way to go into this year, the next year, is to go in to win. There are two ways. The game is going to be the same, but everything will change when you will change this mindset that you are going there to win. You are going there to, you are playing the game to win rather than to survive. Okay. So the opportunity is very much there for the people, for every one of us to make the money. Dubai gives you enough opportunity, but why majority of the realtors fail is because they are not able to be honest with themselves. They make a goal first, and then when they make this goal, they don't follow up with that goal. They make a goal because it looks good on paper, but they don't want to execute the goal. Because a goal is not powerful because it sounds big. A goal is powerful because it changes your behavior. So let's take, for example, if you are preparing for a competitive exam, okay, you want to be into that zone where you want to break out into a new era for yourself, like you want to qualify for Ivy League colleges. Okay, you would study so much. People will be able to say, oh, he's going to break through. Why? Because it changes your behavior once you set the goal. But if you set a goal and then you don't follow through, then you are failing to execute and you will not be able to achieve that goal. So we want to be honest here. We want to set goals which we are going to follow through. Okay, so first exercise is write privately. Okay, I would suggest all of you guys, if you don't have a pen, just grab a pen, just so that we can do it and make it more meaningful for all of us here. uh, why a 2 million dirham goal in 2026 is important for you. Okay, you can write it in for yourself. Once you are done, you can just drop in a yes, so that we know that you are I know that you are done with that first question. All right, thank you, Hanzia. Cool. Yes, Kapil, I know you're very clear in with your goals. Awesome. All right, Yogita, got it. Wrote great. Okay. What pain disappears if you achieve it? Like, what will it help you? We're not talking about a progress here. We're talking about mostly about what pain disappears. So if you make 2 million, some for you, some can be it. I don't. It gives me financial security. I don't have to worry about day-to-day expenses, or I don't have to worry about the stress of debt, or I can clear my debt. For some, it can be uh, the pain disappears about me to worry about day-to-day closings, and I can focus on bigger things. Whatever it is for you, please put that down. Once you're done, please drop in a yes. Great, Peter. Thank you guys for participating. This will become meaningful if we are able to write down these are your goals. If you are not going to put time for your own goals, you are not programming your subconscious. You're not giving that message to your genie to help you through. Okay, the last part. Okay, thank you, Meher. Okay, hi, Gautam. Sure. Okay, what freedom and pleasure does it unlock if you make 2 million dirhams in commission? What freedom and pleasure does it unlock for you? All right, thanks, Yogita. Thanks, Kapil. Okay, so this was the last question, but I would just want you to just write down at least three points each and just review it once again. Why is 2 million AD an important goal for you? Hi, Yaman. Hi, Rima. Great. Okay, you've been great. Okay, see, it's very important to make a why very strong here, because it is not a matter of how will we do it. If the why is not strong enough, you will not do it. For example, if you have a very strong why to travel from A point to B point, you will be able to reach your goal. But if the why is not strong enough, you will not go altogether. So get your why very clear. And for why, we are looking at two whys. One why we are looking at pain, and the other why we are looking at pleasure. You can do this exercise if you understand this, that there is a socket, electric socket. No matter how much somebody tells you, even if there is no electricity, you will not put your finger in the socket. You know why? Is because there is pain, and that pain you don't want. So if you're going to put a pain, your goal immediately becomes powerful. And if you put pleasure, then it is natural progression why we should do this. Cool. All right. Thanks, Yaman. Okay. So I hope everyone has done it. We'll just move forward here. Okay. Now, I'll just give you a reality check. Okay. What is this reality checks? Let's compare professionals. Okay. We want to make 2 million dirham. A doctor earns 1 to 2 million dirhams after 5 to 8 years of his finishing studies. A CEO, COO earns it after 10 to 15 years. A Dubai realtor can earn it without a degree. Would you agree, guys? We can make 2 million dirham here in Dubai.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I think
But
it's getting harder.
it's getting harder, Yaman. Of course, it's getting harder, but that's why we are here. Okay. To understand that it can be harder for some, but how is it for you? Because everyone is coming with a different mindset here. People are getting into this strategy about so many realtors are here because they all feel they can make it, but they don't have the consistency. They are not specializing, they are not focused, and they are not identity aligned. That is why they're not able to make it. Yes, Gotham, absolutely. This is not a goal for a wish. This is a goal when you are fully in. If you are going to be a doctor, you say, I am going to be the doctor. I will not be a lawyer if I'm studying, doctorate. Okay. Because you want to be consistent. You want to be a specialist. You have an opportunity, provided you are able to follow through, provided you are able to put your effort in that one consistent zone. So if you can commit to being consistent, being a specialist, being focused, and be aligned with the identity that you have, then you will achieve your goal. The probability of you achieving your goal becomes much, much, much higher versus if you are not. Okay. So this is what we need to have a reality check about, that who's making a million dirham today and why do you deserve to make a million dirham. Why most realtors goals fail in Dubai? Goals fail because they are emotional. They don't observe what's actually happening, who's actually making the money. They focus on hope, not on numbers, not on strategy. Okay. And they keep changing their structures. One day, 3 months they are selling MR, then Shobha, then some new project developer comes. Okay. And then there is a new launch coming by a big developer and everybody goes there. There is no system, both conscious and subconscious, and strategy that is missing, because Dubai doesn't forgive confusion, especially for realtors. If you are into that zone where you want to make it big, you need to be consistent. You can't be emotional. So you don't try to make 2 million AD. You have to commit. Like your family depends on it. It's like if you guys have watched Matrix, don't try to do it. Do it. Don't try to jump from one building to the another. Do it. And there's one amazing line. It says that everyone fails in the starting. We all will fail, but only if we are consistent, we will be able to walk through it. So become consistent, commit to it. Go into 2026 thinking and believing that you are going to win, that I'm going to play this game to win, not here to survive. Okay. So first strategy, what I would want to give you is that if you want to make 2 million dirhams as a realtor, before setting the goal, study reality. Ask who is already making this money in the space that I'm selling. For example, if you're selling commercial, who's making 2 million dirhams selling commercial real estate? Okay. If you are selling palm, ask who's making 2 million selling palm. If anybody wants to learn how to sell palm and be a specialist in palm, you can reach out to Adnan. Okay, so Adnan and me, both of us have been working for last 2.5 years. Okay, and Adnan is a specialist for Palm Jumeirah properties, and he has some exclusive inventory. If you would want, you guys can reach out to him, and he can help you. Okay, but for that matters, for someone else, observe who's already making this money. Which developers, what ticket size, what commissions per sale are they looking to achieve, or they are already hitting, and what is the buyer profile they are segmenting to. You can't make 2 million dirhams by just saying, no, I'll sell everything, I'll sell a Azizi studio and I'll make 2 million dirhams. You can make it, but if somebody has already done it, then that person is leaving cues. How did he do it? Because success always leaves cues, and all success starts with belief and mindset. If you believe you can do it, then just observe the market. So Gautam here is a specialist for Wasal. He's focused on selling Wasal. Okay, he's focused on selling. I think the secondary sales. He just mentioned me yesterday. Okay, so yes, Gautam, you want to jump in and say which place?
Jebel Ali, Jebel Ali village.
Jebel Ali village. So Gautam is selling. So if Adnan wants to sell his unit, he can just reach out to Gautam, and Gautam can help him close the deal. Okay. So this is how we structure it. So who is making that money in Jebel Ali village? Selling secondary. Observe them. You will get a lot of understanding about what are they doing correctly. And once you understand it, you can come up with a basic strategy. For some who's selling MR, for some who's selling Shobha, do it. Observe. Okay. So are we good with this? Can we have a yes? Are we clear with this? Cool. All right. All right. Thank you, Yogita. All right, great. Okay. So I'll just move forward. So first part we are doing is we are observing. Okay. Now, the second thing is that we need to do a basic math. We're just putting some specs here. What a 2 million game actually looks like. Reality math. So if we are averaging a commission of 100,000 to 200,000 dirhams a year, we are looking at around 20 to 30 deals per year. Okay. Property size between 2 million to 5 million, mostly off plan and selective secondary market sales. This is a structure, not luck. Okay. Who agree that you can sell 20 units in a year? Cool. And how many of us actually sell 20 units a year? We plan so much, we put in the numbers, but do we actually go and execute 20 units a year? Probably a small unit comes up and we start focusing there. A new unit comes away and then we just give our focus there and change our complete strategy. So instead of focusing on a 100,000 dirham deal, we start focusing on a 20,000, 15,000. A rental has come, our leasing kar lete hain, and all of that structure keeps going, and it messes our mind. It messes our genie, what we discussed in our last webinar, and this is how we miss the goal. Thank you, Ripin, for sharing this. It means a lot where you're coming, being honest and transparent here. It just helps all of us here because we all make this mistake. So if in one unit, in one area, a developer which launches, okay, almost comes between 200 to 450 units in one tower, we are looking to sell 24 units in a year. If we can just commit to this, we can achieve the goal. Okay. So this is what the goal is. This is what the structure is. This is what the focus is. It is not about what my friend is saying or what the company owner is saying or what the market is saying. This is my goal. This is what I want to do. I want to execute. And where do I want to sell these 20 to 30 units? That's up to me. I can choose, I can become a specialist there. And then what will I do? I will create input, because if there is an input, there will always be an output. So most realtors chase output. Hey, where is the client? Where is the client? Where is the client? Whom can I sell? Who wants to buy? Bro, you want to buy? No, I don't want to buy. Okay, fine. Yeah. Where's the output? Yeah, I'm not getting clients. Too much market is too noisy. Too many agents chasing one. Where is your input? You're not putting the input. If you sow apple seeds, you will get apple trees. If you want to change the fruits, you need to change the root. That root is your input. Put the right seeds in. What is the input for a realtor? Content, conversations, follow ups, meetings, visualization, affirmations, belief peak, mindset. Flood the input. Output has to follow. Like, do so much volume, so much volume, so much volume that it becomes unreasonable for you to do 24 deals in a year. Like, how do you have to focus on yourself in terms of having that volume by creating this input? Then why would you not be able to do 24 deals? Does anybody have anything else to say here? I'm open. It's just yeah. Yes, Kapil.
Thanks, Anand. I missed your last week webinar and I did see it on YouTube. And I'd like to thank you. And I want to share this with everybody that I talk a lot about Nashama Town Square. It has been my topic of discussion on my WhatsApp status, whenever I meet people. So randomly, and I have not closed any deal in December. Randomly, I got a call one morning and said, "Hey, I see you talking so much about this place. Today is my holiday. I wish to come." That guy was brushing his teeth in the morning. I said, "Oh, what is this lousy thing? I don't know whether this guy will buy." I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll take you." But I followed the system. He then said, "Hey, my wife is also interested. You're talking so much about it. You're posting so many reels. You're posting all these WhatsApp stories. We keep watching. We're very curious to see what is this about." I said, "Okay." But I followed the process. I took them to the location. I took them inside the squash court. I took them to the customer service. I followed my process, which worked for me before this. And the result is, I had no clue that he will ever buy. He had no clue that he would buy. He ended up buying a unit in 2 hours. It was only my wish and the process following. So I write this affirmation every night and I'm sharing it with everybody. I'm a lover of process and results love me. So I just followed my process. I didn't know the result, what this guy will not buy. And he took out his Apple Pay and he put down 20,000 and he said, and now just now today he confirmed, "Kapil, I'm transferring 100,000. Monday morning, it will be in Nashama's account." So it so much resonated with your what session you had last week is If you wish it and if you badly demand it from the universe, from nowhere, this ghost client will walk into your life. He will just get simply attracted with the noise that you are creating about a specific project, and you will surely close for sure. I'm 100% sure that if you follow the process, it will happen.
Awesome, Kapil. Thank you so much for sharing and congratulations for your deal. Okay. And this is something which you can't tell when that input will become the output. The idea is all about doing the input. Thank you so much for sharing this. Okay. So if I would make you do this exercise in a different way, all of you guys, if you have a pen and pencil, let's do it in one another way. Okay. If your goal was to make 2 million, okay, let's look at 2025. I'm sure all of you guys have set a goal in 2025 as well. Okay. So if you failed your goal, tell me 3 reasons why you failed your goal. You can put it in the chat. Why didn't the goal happen for you? What is it for you? Is it the leads? Is it the clarity focus? Thank you, Sesa, for sharing this. Gunjan, not enough prospecting. Okay. Inconsistency. Excellent. Anybody else wants to share? Running behind latest projects. All right. Thank you. Inconsistent. Okay. Did not keep up with the content. Okay. Fine. Didn't follow the process. No strategy. Lack of taking decisions. Okay. Lack of consistency. More thinking, less doing. No focus. Not focused. Thank you so much, Rehma, for sharing this. No strategy. Okay. Thank you, Neeraj. Okay. Bad manager. Come on. Don't blame the manager. Okay. So see, what's really happening here is that there wasn't any result coming initially, hence gave up the idea of some goals. Okay, fine. See, what's really happening is understand the root of it. This is again what majority of the people who have mentioned here now. This is the end part you're talking about. It's like I didn't get the apple. I didn't get the apple. I did everything. I'm not getting. The weather was not nice. It didn't rain. You're not planting that fruit. That identity is missing. You're planting something different and looking for apples. You are putting the wrong fruit. The identity will get you what you are looking for. It can take long. It's like, getting pregnant with a dream, with a goal. Universe says it that, okay, you are pregnant with this goal of 2 million dirhams. Now there are two options. Either you nurture this goal, you keep it, you build on it, you take care of it, and you will achieve that goal. Or you have an abortion. But universe doesn't say that you will not give, because it is all part of the consciousness. Whatever we think is part of consciousness. So it has to come into reality, provided you are able to follow through. So it might take long. For a human child, it's 9 months. For a goat, it's different. For a hen, it's different. But everybody gets conceived. All goals get conceived. All goals come into reality, or there is an abortion. All I'm saying is start with the identity. Many people get wrong into understanding that more leads will get us results. It is not the leads, it is the mindset, the beliefs followed by your action. So we are focused on input here. We will put the input. So here the input works two ways. One input is subconscious input, the other input is a conscious input. If you put it together and you plant it, you will harvest for sure. Okay, because the mind is driven by your two factors. One, the conscious mind, which makes the most noise but does nothing, and subconscious mind, which takes instructions and does everything. So when you set goals, you give a command to the subconscious genie. But identity is not built consciously. Identity is built subconsciously. Like how I gave that example. Like a doctor spends so much time, so doctor believes that I'm worth making a million dirham, so I should make a million dirham. A CEO says I was in the Ivy League college, I was in the Forbes, this thing, I'm doing this, and their income resonates with their identity. Okay, people don't say I have studied medicine. People's identity is I'm a doctor. People don't say I have studied law. You ask them, what do you do? I'm a lawyer. What are they doing? It's their identity. For realtors, the identity is, what do you do? I'm a realtor. I'm a cricketer. You are matching yourself with that identity. This is built subconsciously. This is what you decide about yourself. If your subconscious doesn't see you as a 2 million dirham realtor who makes 2 million dirham, it will sabotage results at the last moment. The subconscious executes identity, not desire. And that is where you will see that because of this identity, which comes before evidence, for a realtor, the deals will get delayed. There will be cashback request coming at the last minute, like everything would be done. Or the buyer, even after signing the OTP, will vanish. Closings will collapse. Because life is like this, this is what you need to get right. If you're playing a sport, for example, if you're playing cricket or playing football, the batsman who believes he will be able to score runs will be able to score in the match. The player who believes he can score a goal, he believes it, the coach will say, hey, do you think you can do it? Yes, I can do it. I'll do my best to do it. And he goes to plays to win. His chances of scoring a goal is much higher versus someone who's just getting into the game and say, I don't know whether I'll be able to score or not. I don't know. Should I try? No, yeah, I don't think so. Because that identity is not matching. How do you build that identity? It's a subconscious game. Okay. So this is what the structure is. Because the biggest pain is right before closing. Does this happen? Just drop me a yes or a no. And it's not I'm saying one time it has happened. This sometimes happens often with you. Okay. Buyers delay, buyers renegotiates, buyer vanishes. If it has happened one or two times, it's okay. This is the market. It can happen. But if it is happening often with you, then there is some concern that you need to go and check your identity. Problem is not sales. Problem is not skills. Problem is identity. That is where the lack is coming. That is where, things are not actually manifesting the way we want it. And we need to keep upgrading ourselves so that this stops happening. Okay. Because the real truth is you didn't lose the deal. Your old identity rejected the new level. Because pressure doesn't destroy you, it reveals who you believe you are. To grow, you must upgrade the identity or you will burn out. And many people have these beliefs, these beliefs which take their life on a day-to-day basis. I don't know if some of you will resonate with it. You can drop a yes if you do. If I'm not stressed, I will not be able to perform. If I'm not stressed, I can't do the meetings. I need to be stressed to close deals. You're putting so will the deals happen without stress? No, we'll keep thinking, we'll keep questioning. So Meher is very intuitive. Okay. I know Meher for some time and Meher is extremely intuitive. So now Meher will keep checking that whether this guy will buy or not. Okay. And then she'll decide. But can you sell without checking? If you can, then you will have sales without checking. You don't have to worry where the client is going to come from. Okay, Meher. Okay. Yeah. So Gautam shared sometimes need to be under pressure to. Yeah. So this is your belief. This is your personal pattern. You need sometimes belief to perform, pressure to perform. Now that pressure can be from family, that pressure can be self, that pressure can be what pressure do you want? If you can identify it, we can change that pressure. Like Adnan, I clearly remember it was early when we started, and he would be like, yeah, if whenever I travel, I'll get a buyer. I can't travel. I feel that I'm going to lose a deal or miss a deal when I travel. Yes, Adnan, would you like to just jump in and just share?
Very, very true. Whenever the trip, like I'm at the airport and there's the beginning of a, buyer coming in for the deal.
Yeah, the whole trip is screwed now. Like,
Yeah.
what is the buyer doing? What is he
I'm
thinking?
the feeling is that I should cancel the trip and stay back in Dubai.
True. Because your subconscious, like, how many of you get a phone call right when you're sitting to eat food? You will see some people's phone ringing right when they're eating food. It is just your beliefs which are ensuring that you need to, this is how it should act. This is how it should work. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Mohammed. Okay. So we'll just move forward here. Okay. So this is what we're talking about here, mindset. Okay. So why activity alone fails? Because you can create content, make calls, attend meeting, but without identity plus belief, consistency breaks, confidence leaks, and discipline collapses. Okay. Kapil believes he is a specialist for a place. He's consistently posting content. He believes he's the best person to do this. He has a discipline. Even though he's not getting any feedback from the marketplace, still he keeps doing it. And what he shared somewhere, that identity matches up with someone showing who's even brushing his teeth, is calling him up and going and booking a unit. Okay. So do you need cold calls to do sales? Probably not, according to this deal. But this is not true. He's doing many inputs. If you keep doing the inputs correctly, you will get an output. If you keep building that identity, that beliefs, that consistency, output has to follow. You miss one and the whole system will break. Because system will always beat motivation. Always. Type yes if you feel we can stick to and commit to, a system where we can put an input, we can build our identity, build our beliefs, be consistent with our goals, and then do actions consciously and subconsciously, and of course results follow through. All right, thank you everyone for sharing. Great. Okay, I love the participation. Yeah, Fawaz, thank you, Fawaz. All right, so today is one of the last webinar training we are doing for this year. So I'll got more time today. We can cover up questions. We can talk a lot about goal setting, people who've missed their goals, people who have any questions and doubts. I'm going to be taking up all of this. Okay. So what Dubai realtors must understand, Dubai isn't crowded for winners. It's crowded with quitters who look busy. Okay. 2 million dirham is not extraordinary here. Actually, the bar for excellence is so low in Dubai. You can Google people's Facebook accounts and Instagram accounts, and you can see it yourself. What is the level of standard do they have for specialization? You can pick up 50 realtors today and just scroll their pages. Out of even 500, you will find only 15 to 20 who are actually focused and trying to create some ripple. Rest, everybody is only noise, because the bar is so low today. So 2 million dirham is not extraordinary here. It's available to those who stay consistent when emotions fluctuate. The pain of discipline is lighter than the pain of regret. It is just 24 to 30 units in a year. In a year. And if we can do that, we will have our goal. All right. So let's see, what did we learn from this webinar training today? Okay, everyone here needs some participation. Your 2 million goal for 2026 is currently based on? Okay, Abdullah, I'm going to come back to you. Okay. C, clear deal math and observing benchmarks. All right, thank you so much for sharing this. C, anybody for D, A and B? Come on, yeah, guys. A, B, okay. What top realtors on Instagram claim? Okay. Motivation from recent wins. Clear. Okay. Fine. So all those who have put in the C, C is the right answer. Okay. Yaman, E. Okay. I haven't put a E here. Okay. So income grows from structure, not emotion. If your goal isn't tied to observable reality, your brain treats it as fantasy and won't execute consistently. So that is why unreal goals create excitement, but real goal creates discipline. The way you know that you are following your plan, just see your behavior. Your behavior will automatically tell you whether you're hitting your goal or not. Nobody else has to tell you this. What is your behavior for the input? Okay. Okay. Next quiz. When a deal delays or collapses, what changes first? A, my belief in myself. B, my daily discipline. C, my focus and energy. D, nothing. I stay consistent. All right. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone. D, Sachin, great. D, Fawaz, great. D. All right, great. So, absolutely, I think the answer is D, because pressure doesn't create weakness, it reveals the identity gaps. If consistency breaks under stress, your identity hasn't upgraded yet. So, Gautam, your identity, I think, is upgraded. That's why you can take pressure easily. Okay. And if you can just focus on that and keep building that identity, the numbers are going to be easier for you, because for a 2 million dirham realtor, you will be pressure proof and not just motivation driven, because you will have the identity for you to make that money. Okay. So next, A quiz. Before setting your income goal, have you deeply studied at least 3 realtors already making 2 million dirhams? So I know many of you have not, but if you have not, how many of you commit you will study at least 2 or 3 realtors who are making 2 million in your area? Okay, Meher, I'm going to come back to you. How? I'm going to come back to you. I know of them, but not in detail. Okay, fair enough. Not like knowing them on Instagram. Okay, I'm saying, have you studied them? What do they do? What are they doing? Have you spoken to where they are closing deals? Whom are they interacting with? If you're selling off plan, you can speak to the agent at the sales center. If they are selling MR, like who are the ones who are closing 6 million, 2 million in commission in last 6 months? Who has made that money? If you're consistent and you're focused, you will be able to get through them. So, Yaman, they are not friendly and don't interact with any person. I would like you to do my free Invisible Influence Mastery program. It's a free program for those who want to learn how to influence others. I'll ask my team to put in the link here. Please learn that program. And if you do this correctly, all you have to do, be genuine, ask them. And how do you start? You start with a compliment. Hey, Adnan, deep respect. You've done 2 million in commissions. I have great respect for someone who's already crushed it here. Okay. I would love to learn something from you. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Is it okay if I can buy you a cup of coffee and just probably catch up with you for 5 minutes? Or if you meet him in sales center, you can put him down and make him sit with you. You just have to give a nice compliment. Yeah. You need to be genuine, Yaman. Okay. If you will be able to make people talk. Trust me. Okay. Does it sound difficult? But if you're going to say, hey, Adnan, how did you do it? Yeah, I want to know how to do it. He say, why should I tell you? Yeah? Like, what's in it for me? Start with a compliment. It just lowers your resistance. The resistance will just come down. Okay. I think there's a little lag in terms of the chats coming in, but yeah. Okay. So we'll just move forward. So correct answer is A. You can't replicate what you have observed. Success leaves clues, but only if you're willing to study boring details. Okay. Like how many calls are they doing? What are they doing? What are their listings on Property Finder and Bayut? Are they really putting the real price points, or are they putting lower price points just to get the data, just to get in the leads? Okay. So you can actually study it, and then you will be able to have a conscious understanding about, should I do this or should I not do this? Okay. So you will be able to observe them, and that is where you will learn what works best for you. Okay. I think last question, or second last question, which statement best describes your current deal math? You can read it and you can just put in yourself. All right, Gunjan, B. I need around 20-30 deals at 100K commission. I rely on one big lucky deal. I haven't thought about this clearly. Okay. You can be honest here. If you haven't, thank you, Ripon, for sharing this. You haven't thought about it clearly, but it's okay. If you haven't, this is a good time for you to reflect on it. Thank you, Sessa, for sharing this. Okay. If you haven't, think about it. Because you need to have a deal right. If you cannot yourself in your mind make 2 million dirhams, you will not be able to do it on paper. It's like if you cannot mentally visualize yourself driving a Bentley or having that Rolex or spending 10,000 dirhams in Burj Al Arab for a dinner bill, you will never be able to do it. It's like a champion who runs a race. If he mentally doesn't see the medal, he will not achieve it. You have to do the basic deal in your mind. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Harsh, for sharing. Okay, great. I'll close more deals somehow. All right. Yes. This is something that most of us fall into prey till the time we really don't get into it. Okay. So this is something that we need to come out of it. Okay. Correct answer is B. Great. Last question. I think it's the last one. Okay, one more. Okay, what do you consciously control daily? Commission outcomes, market behavior, inputs like content, calls, follow-up, mindset, or bias decision. What do you consciously, like, if I'll just follow up with him enough? What do the managers say, the bad managers? Follow up, career, follow up. See, thank you for sharing. You can't control your bias decision. You can't control commission outcomes. You can't change the market behavior. What you can consciously control, because subconsciously we are trying to impress. We cannot control our subconscious. We can impress our subconscious. So this is what we can do. Thank you all those who have shared C. C is the right answer. Okay. Because the justification is elite realtors don't chase output, they flood inputs until failure becomes unlikely. Like, do so much volume that it becomes unreasonable for you to fail. Like, if you speak to 1000 leads for only MR throughout the year, and you keep taking those affirmations and you keep visualizing that you've already sold, and you keep posting that content consistently, you will sell 24 units. Because why this matters is because if you focus on what you don't control, you will lose power. Okay. When results don't show up for 2 or 3 weeks, you usually ABCD. Okay, we repeat, change strategy emotionally. Okay, thank you for sharing this. Fawaz. Who is in A? Okay, Meher, thank you for sharing this. Ali, until it works. A, okay, until it works. See, this is where we know why our goals fail actually. Because the correct answer is A. Consistency during emotional dip is the real separator in Dubai. Most people quit right before the momentum compounds. Like, there is a bamboo tree, the way it grows is you water it for a long period of time and then suddenly it comes up. We don't know when it is going to come, like the same example which I shared earlier. And why does this matter for you? Because Dubai isn't crowded. Actually, there are 60,000 agents in Dubai, but there are only 3,000 who are actually focused and who are actually a specialist and who are actually making the money. Rest people are making noise. It's all crowded. And it is crowded by early quitters. Many people in Dubai, they focus real estate like, oh, what are you doing? Nothing. Yeah, real estate market is doing well. Why don't you do real estate? Yeah, I should do real estate. Everybody is making money in real estate. Let me start real estate. And then they start real estate. And then they do 1 or 2 deals. And then nothing happens. And then they crib. And then they say, yeah, too many people are there. Yeah. Market is not moving. There's just too many buyers. I'm good at sales, but I'm not getting the right leads. They don't want to focus on what will make the leads come to them. They are not going to go deep inside. That is where the game here is. Okay. So, next quiz. Okay. Your current positioning is best described as ABCD. I sell everything to everyone. Okay. I want honest answers here. Okay, great. Thank you, Gautam. Thank you, Fawaz. Thank you, Ripin. Thank you, Meher. Thank you, Adnan. Thank you, Hanzia. Okay. You're still figuring out, Gunjan. Okay. A, moving to B. Thank you, Sasa, for sharing this. Okay. C, don't experiment. You'll spend a lot of time experimenting, Rema. You don't know. You feel that you will be able to uh, figure it out, but you need to become a specialist. Yes, Gautam, sometimes D, it's fine. Whatever deals come in. But on the face of it, on the face of branding, we need to be specialist. And then if we get some clients who have a specific requirement and you want to work with these clients and you want to sell them something different, that's fine. But we need to focus on specializing so that we can become a specialist and we can get referred with people. So somebody will refer Peter, hey, Peter, what do you do? So Peter can exactly say, I'm a specialist for selling commercial real estate in Dubai and I help buyers and sellers, both in terms of dealing with commercial real estate in Dubai. I can exactly know which area, what is the ROI, what should you invest in, should you invest in a grade A building or a grade B building. And any of you guys who are here and who have people in commercial kinds, you can reach out to Peter and you can work together, because Peter is a specialist in selling commercial real estate. Okay, so this is how you build it up. But if Peter gets a client and he says, hey, on the back of it, that, I've bought one building with you, I've bought a floor with you, I would like to buy a villa, my budget is 7 million, can you help me? And he offers a value project which comes up, or some other project which comes up. Should he sell it? Of course he should sell it. Okay, so you're not saying no, but on the face of it, on the branding of it, if it's worth it, you just move forward with that. Okay, so correct answer is A. Okay, we have 10, I think so. Okay, which statement feels most true internally? I want to make 2 million AD. I believe I'm becoming a 2 million dirham realtor. It would be nice if it happens. I'll see after this year. Awesome. I believe I'm becoming great. Come on, guys, from A to B, we need to jump in. Gunjan B, great, Gunjan. Thank you for sharing this. C, on the way to B. Okay. All right, great. All right, I'm not going through this. Okay, when buyers delay, renegotiate, or disappear repeatedly, it usually means A, market is bad, B, buyers are difficult, C, my identity hasn't upgraded yet, developers are a problem. Come on, yeah, we will write C here, but we should not, after this webinar, after this training, we should not say market is bad or buyers are difficult. Can we come to a consensus? All right, cool. Okay, because this is where we trip. This is what I'm trying to, again and again suggest you, that don't get disappointed because of few deals, because buyers are difficult. Don't deal with those buyers. Don't deal with those buyers. In fact, I've made a whole video about how do you get the 4 buyers. There are 4 type of buyers: A, B, C, and D. So never work with C and D buyers. Who's a C buyer? C buyers are the cheap buyers. They will keep negotiating too much. How much cashback will I get? How much, will you pick me up? Will you drop me? Don't work with C buyers, and don't work with D buyers. D buyers are the difficult buyers. They will keep how much area is between the two walls, what is the floor to ceiling, if the floor ceiling is not there, what will happen, if the SPF, this point number 22.1a is not right for me, can you change this point? Don't work with C and D buyers. You know what buyers you have to work with? A, first, sophisticated buyers, people who come, who like, they say, okay, let me go think about it and come back to you, and then they take a decision. And the next buyers are the affluent buyers. If you start working with affluent buyers, you'll make the most money, because affluent buyers don't buy anything for need, they buy for feeling. If you can make people feel good, you can make so much more money and feel so good about it. And the only way to make buyers feel good is, first, you should be able to feel good within your own self. If you're going to be having anxiety, stress, worry, just trying to close it, you'll not be able to do this. It's like you go to a Rolls Royce showroom, look at a buyer, observe him, someone who's already sold luxury here. Okay, when they're buying Rolls Royce, they are not actually saying, okay, which engine is it, which is that, that's all fine, but they're looking at how does it make us feel, what is the color of the umbrella, how does the seats, are they comfortable, how's the door closing, how does it feel like, the closure of the door. That is what we have to learn. And if you can learn that, that is where you will sell most. Okay, so when buyers delay, renegotiate, or disappear, don't blame the market. Don't say buyers are difficult. If buyers are difficult, don't work with those buyers. Work with sophisticated and affluent buyers. If you will not say no to cheap buyers, to difficult buyers, you will keep finding them again and again. There are many people in the market who still do closing without a cashback. There are many agents in the market whom they have certain buyers who keep buying from them again and again. When there were 10,000 agents, they were still buying from them. There are 60,000 agents, they are still buying from them. They're good buyers. Okay. So you can very much learn to do this. Okay. We've already discussed this. Okay. Last question. Which creates a long-term income stability? Motivation, hustle, systems plus identity, or inspiration? Okay, Gautam, I'm going to come back to you. Answer this. How do we attract the A and B buyers? No, we don't need to attract. We need to attract affluent and sophisticated buyers. Okay, I'm going to be talking to you in person about how do we do it, and we're going to do a story there. Okay, so we'll know how to attract them. Okay. Okay. All right. For this question, which creates a long-term income stability? Systems and identity. Great. All right. Cool. So I think we are all on board here.
Anand, I have a question.
Please.
So I am fixated on selling Nashama.
Okay.
And I had a D quality, D grade buyer last week. And I
Okay.
took him to Nashama and he was very cold about it. He didn't like it. And as you said, this is not okay, that is not okay. He kept on finding so many faults.
Yeah.
So what do I do? I mean, what I did, I would like to tell, but more than that, I want to ask you, what when you get such a buyer and you are fixated on a particular focused project and you want to only sell Nashama because I want to focus only on Nashama, I didn't want to give up with this buyer. So I seeked help from my team leader. I invited my team leader for a coffee with the buyer. I told the team leader in advance that, hey, this guy is very tough. He's a very, tough cookie to crack. But, I did my best and I showed all my enthusiasm. And my senior came in and he helped me in the situation. And he said, Kapil, they had a conversation with me in the meeting. And then we suggested another unit in another developer. And I took him there with the same enthusiasm as if I knew the project. I did a little bit of acting there. And he bought from that project. So I just want to ask you, now, if I was fixated only on Nashama, I would have tried my best and I said, thank you very much. I wouldn't have closed, but I took it as a personal challenge. And how come he cannot buy from me? I'm a good realtor and I have given my all in. And how can this guy just go away without? I've spent 3 days with him. 3 days we went through all the developers. Everywhere he found some problem or the other. Very tough, very, very tough to negotiate. And all sorts of negative things. But I was feeling, I wanted to feel that sense of accomplishment with him. I said, no way, Kapil, you're not letting this guy go. He has to buy from me. I have put in so much of hard work. Now I need to do whatever it takes to seek help. And I got it, and God's grace, it happened the next day. So my question to you is, okay, I did good, but was it in alignment with our structure that we are discussing here?
Okay. So I'll come. So this is where we are talking about identity here. We are talking about beliefs. We are talking about mindset. We are talking about specialization. Okay. And we are talking about building that connect with people. Now, coming to the structure, whether this structure is there for you, you are asking that what would I have done or how would I have reacted to this? I would have understood the pain points that he's getting in Nashama. And if I would find it genuine that this place doesn't actually suit him for those reasons which are very important for him. For example, there must be some things which he's not liking, probably the distance, probably the space, whatever might be the story. And if I knew that he can get in that one particular, I would just give it a try and go there with all that structure. So I'll share with you. So I was selling Imar. I got a client. He wanted to buy something more, but he did not want to buy Imar. And he had already bought luxury with me. I took him to District 1. I showed him District 1 apartments. He bought a 3-bedroom apartment on the lagoon because he wanted to buy. I had qualified the client.
So
So
it's not a grave mistake to digress
absolutely not.
when you have
Absolutely not. But the
when
thing
you
is that
know.
don't spoil on the personal branding front part where you are getting the people in.
Okay, that should not change. Yeah.
That should not change. So what Adnan does, okay, is he's working a lot with people on the Palm. Many people on the Palm have different units in multiple places. He's not saying that I am not going to sell it. He's helping them sell it. He's getting the leads, the people's relationship there and he's closing units as well. Why are we building a network of people here?
This is clear. So we have to become client centric.
Of
Of
course,
course,
but we need to be also a specialist so that we can also get referred.
yeah.
How will
So
how
for
will somebody refer Kapil? They say he's a specialist for Nashama. If you're looking for Nashama, just go to Kapil. He knows everything. He's a great guy to go for. Does it
yeah,
make sense?
yeah. That I got it. But suppose we have a client and he didn't like what you are selling the most, and you are convinced the most, then it's okay. Don't
Yeah.
have to feel bad that, hey, I'm a specialist of Nashama. What am I doing? I'm sabotaging my own
See,
identity by.
no. It's not like that. I'm a realtor first of all. Yeah. I'm not an
Yes, yes.
employee of Shop Nashama.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
But having said that, I'm going to qualify. But on the other hand, if I would find this buyer to be someone who is going to really ask too many questions and still probably not being able to take a decision, I might let the buyer go and give it to one of my colleagues to close
Okay, I got it.
because my time is more valuable.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Okay. So this is one thing that I would definitely, and this is one thing I would also want to tell you, Kapil, here. I love your passion. I love the way you're sharing. There is a belief which many realtors have that I must convince the client to buy. If you will have the belief like this, you will not be able to do easy sales. You will always keep convincing before sales. So, my suggestion for you is change that belief here. Put that belief that I get ready buyers because of the content that I'm creating. This is something that you can do from your end.
This is a new perspective. Thank you. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah.
I will surely note this for sure.
Yeah. All right. All right. Great. So let's move forward. What should a serious realtor do next? Consume more content, wait for the market clarity, take a structured identity. Okay. Or try hard alone. Okay. So the real answer is C, because speed comes from clarity. Clarity comes from guided self diagnosis. So why this matters is unmeasured effort feels busy but not profitable. Okay, so I'm just moving a little quickly here. We have got little 15 minutes for our question answer as well. So I would like to keep that time there. Okay, so this is one question I would like to ask you guys. And before we take one is to one questions, do you need coaching? Okay, so we've put a scorecard together. I think if the scorecard is ready, my team will put in. If not, you will get a mail. I would like you to just fill up those scorecards. If your goals are realistic, if your identity matches it, if coaching makes sense. Okay, you can fill in the form and book a call with me or my team. Okay, they will qualify you if we are the right fit. If not, then we then they will just say that we're not the right people for you. This will just help you understand that whether you're on the right direction or not. Okay, so this is for that. And now we are open for questions. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those and any questions that you have. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. Yeah, or you want to put it in the chat, that's also okay. So Meher, how do we do assessment? We're just putting that in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody has any questions? I'm happy to answer that.
Actually, not a question, but I want
Yes.
to tell
Share.
you something.
Tell me, yeah.
So, we were going ahead with a development in Gate,
Yeah.
and I actually converted the commercial into residential because I felt that commercial would be a disturbance to the residents of the building in my project, and I was
Yeah.
not gung ho for it. And recently, I mean, now there's only one project in that whole community which I have come across, which is currently in off-plan sales, which has a
Okay.
full floor of commercial, and I ended up closing like around 20 million in off-plan sales in commercial for that project.
Awesome, man. I think this deal, what, day before yesterday, that the deal that you closed.
Day before yesterday, yes.
Awesome.
And
Congratulations.
and actually it's at 2500 dirhams per square foot, which is actually amazing for me because 1600 dirhams is pretty much the average price for residential.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for conversion was uh, that I could not actually place the commercial correctly into the flow plate of, that particular project which I was supervising
Okay. Okay.
and
So I
planning rather.
I think it's worked out for you, yeah. If you would have made commercial there, you would probably be selling that rather than selling this. Now you can sell that as well in the future.
No, that I've converted to residential, so it's over.
Yeah, I know that, but yeah, you can sell the residential ones once you become the master broker and you start selling those units.
True, true.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing. So sales are happening, guys. People who believe that sales are not happening, sales are very much happening. For selling 20 units, should we target on bulk selling? Is Rehma's question. Adnan, would you like to answer this question? I'm going to come back to you, Gautam.
Sorry, I didn't get that. For bulk units, as in?
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for all your sessions. And I will try to, change my identity and try to learn more and more from your sessions. But my main question is for achieving like for 20 units to sell. So should we focus on a bulk deal or should we go for the separate units? So that I want to know.
Oh, you're talking about the whole year goal. I thought you're talking about
Yes,
commercial
for
use.
whole year. Yes, for
Oh,
whole
okay.
year.
Okay. So I'll take this
Let's
question.
suppose
Okay.
if we focus on a one developer,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, you can
or
you just, if the goal is to make 22 million dirhams, just go and selling 24 units in a year. If you make 100,000 dirhams on each, you will end up
yeah,
making that.
accordingly, like whatever our target is, like for 2 million or like 3 million, whatever target is. So
Absolutely.
accordingly, we can calculate the bulk unit or the separate what we
Yeah,
have
it
to do.
depends. If you get a bulk buyer, go for it. The whole thing is that
Yeah,
you build identity, create content,
yeah,
position yourself as a specialist, build that authority, be consistent. You will find a buyer. And even once you find the buyer who buys from you, don't stop. The irony
yeah,
is many people stop. Don't stop.
right.
Keep going. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. I hope I've answered.
Yeah, yes, that's it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Most welcome. Yes, Gautam, you wanted to share something.
So I had a question actually. I have a prospective buyer who I've been talking in for the last year and a half. His friends, his colleagues all have bought from me. And this is about every time before a launch, I would tell him, go for this, it's nice, go hustle. And he would be like, no, it's expensive. It's quite funny after the launch finishes, and then he says, I want a unit now, but I'm like, there's nothing available. Now, in this case, I mean, I know he's generally asking now, maybe he must be feeling the FOMO part, but
Okay.
and I try to cross sell for something else that, you could take this. He's like, no, but with you, I want to buy only Russell, for instance. I said,
Okay.
good. Now I'm in a stage with him, and I don't know, maybe with another few, that if I don't have the units that they want to buy, I mean, what do we do with those buyers? And they don't want to be referred anything else. So
Okay.
how, because they see you as that branding of that particular developer or the location. So then, you know, how do you?
Okay. So there is one, first of all, one law it's there is that don't sell a unit which is not available. This is the biggest mistake which many realtors do when they make the buyer very eager about a unit and that unit goes out and then they are not able to pivot. Okay. So we definitely cannot control when the buyer is going to take a decision. So we propose the unit. Okay. He backs out. He doesn't buy at that time. And probably now he's into that zone that, oh, I missed out. I want to get in again. Okay. Now, the first thing that you have to do is take the check from him. Don't do talking. Okay, I'll get you the unit. Give me the check. The units are gone right now, but we will get a cancellation. I need a check first. Because the moment that commitment is not there, you will again fall into the same trap. When the unit is going to come, he's again going to freeze. So you take a EOI and say, okay, let me try to get you this unit. Can you give me 100,000, whatever the EOI amount can be? And now is your vasta in that sales center to keep chasing and keep following up, because when you follow up with a check, the possibility of you getting the unit comes up. I have seen it so many times that inventory pops up again, but we will get it only a chance at it if we have the checks in hand. Does it
But
make sense
then,
for you?
yeah, but sometimes the buyer says like, no, you get the unit, no problem. I'll give you the check that time instantly. I'm not going anywhere. Or sometimes they'll be like, okay, how much timeline? 1 day, 2 days, 5 days. I'm giving you a check. I mean, it can't be an open-ended,
Yeah, so
EOI.
yeah, you,
So
you give me
there
a
has
check
to be
for 10 days. Yeah, I'm going to get it to you. If I'm not, 10 days, I'm going to return the check to you. But see, what I'm trying to say is that, Gautam, here, if you're not going to make the buyer commit, we will again fall in the trap of wasting our time. We have to again convince him from zero. Then he will give you 10
sorry.
reasons. So what happens is you get the check, there is a unit which comes up, we block that unit on the basis of the check, we call the buyer, we tell him, hey, Mr. Buyer, this is the unit available. These are the advantages of this. This is what, do you like it? No. Khalas. You want it? Why you should have it? Great. Go. See, the thing is, when we have one or two prospects only, we put too much attention there. When we have multiple prospects, we will not put so much attention there. The game for you is to build a system by creating the input so much that output becomes unreasonable. Forget about Vassal because you're focused on Vassal. Just focus on yourself. If the person sees that you yourself are creating so much content, so much buzz, so many sales center structures, regular stories, regular posts, regular, that itself will convince them that the market is moving. The only way you sell them is by scarcity. So if you will say, how does actually DAMAC and MR sell units? They are not selling units, they are selling waiting list. That unit will never be there which they put it on the brochure for a regular investor to buy. Would you agree?
Correct.
So if they are following that, why are you not following this? Let's learn. Sell the waiting list. Rolex is selling the waiting list. They have showrooms everywhere. Everywhere. You go, they say, no, we don't have. Everywhere they have showrooms. They have opening new. You don't have anything stock, man. Why are you opening showrooms? Am I making sense for you, Gautam?
Correct.
So we are going to
Correct.
follow that strategy only because you have nothing in your hand there. You cannot control the buyer and you cannot control the developer. But that silver lighting which comes, that is where we can get in. And I've seen Adnan losing many units because that decision has changed so many times, like big villas, 30 million villas, because that we could not get that unit. We could not get that unit.
But would somebody's goodwill over our goodwill go down if we took a check and we could not facilitate them the
No,
unit
why would it
that
go down? Because you first committed to book first time. They've said no. Now we are going to them and we are doing a favor to them by saying, I will help you get the unit, provided you get me the check. I will do whatever it takes. And then if we are able to get it, and chances are we are able to get it here. And if we are not able to get it, then khalas. What can we do?
system that we can
Yeah.
get something that others can't.
Sorry?
Changing the belief system that we can get the allocation of units.
But apart from that also,
We can,
your conviction, like, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. So how would I focus on selling is I would choose one unit to sell. And then I would never jump to the other, because if I was selling MR has so many projects and there's so many projects getting launched. Okay. I would just focus on one project, 3 units after, qualifying the client. And then I would just pitch them that one unit, and anything else, what they would say, I would say, but this is the best. But this is the best. But this is the best. Because I have to sell only one unit, but I can't create confusion there. People will buy on my confidence because I am confident. But if you will go with the buyer, you will not end up selling him anything. And this is because people are buying your certainty. They're actually not buying bricks and all because they only get a piece of paper, yeah, for next 2 3 years. And the developers are the biggest visualizers. Every developer creates a visualizing model, which we call it as apartments. They are actually not apartments. They are just paper boards. And we say, this is my unit. I say, yeah, this is just look at this unit house. And we put these lasers there. I said, you will just look at the view from there. What are we doing? We are making them do real-time visualization. If you can do it, you will sell. Am I making sense for you, Gautam?
correct. Yeah.
All those guys who are here, do you guys agree with what I'm saying? Just drop in a yes if you do, or if okay, great, Rehma. This is okay. Thank you so much, Gautam, for asking this. I think it's cleared out for so many. Okay. Yes, Gunjan, you wanted to have a question. You wanted to ask a question. I'll answer that for you here. All right, Kapil, thank you.
Hi, Anand. Sorry, I didn't want to ask a question. Just wanted to tell Gautam also that, trying to get a unit and not getting it is still better than not trying to get the unit at all. At least it shows your effort in the customer's advocacy. So, and also gives them an understanding that it's not easy to get units left, right, and center, and that is why next time they need to plan better.
Yeah,
Correct.
thank you. Yeah. So it's just a waiting list game, yeah. Majorly, we just sell the waiting list. I'm a big advocate of selling waiting list now. Okay. So if you can create a waiting list story for yourself, for your sellers, for your buyers, I think you're going to make it. We're going to discuss different strategies, Gautam. We're going to have a different call about it. Okay. How
We're
do we
not the
create
but then we're not the sole agent who's selling waiting lists. There's somebody sometimes selling better waiting list than you can, because there's always
yeah,
somebody on the other side who's
same here.
filling the buyer's ears.
24 units, bro. 24 units. The game is 24 units. Again, I just want to sell 24 units. My goal is not to sell Dubai. I just want to sell 24 units.
Fair enough.
Okay. So that's what I'm coming. Everything comes there. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in and wish all of you a very happy new year. Next week, we are not doing a webinar training. We will be starting it from the second week of January. If there is something which comes up in the first week, I'll let you guys know because I'm traveling and I might not be able to take the calls. So if you guys are there, we'll catch up from the second week onwards and we'll create a whole schedule and share it with you. All right. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. Have a happy new year and wish you all the very best. And please make your goals and commit to your goals. Take care. See you guys.
Happy New
Bye.
Year. Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Thank you.